What up, what up, what up, what up? It's Maybach Mel 1804. I'm gonna wait for some people to jump in here before I get into this real ID topic and let y'all know a little something something, inform y'all, enlighten y'all on the truths and the lies about the real ID when you're traveling. Um yeah, I'm gonna let y'all come in. Hopefully everyone's having a pre-Thanksgiving good Wednesday night. Um, you know, hope y'all with y'all families. You know what I'm saying? I know some people do celebrate Thanksgiving and some people don't celebrate Thanksgiving. But either which way, to me, I look at it as a good time, to reunite with family, with your loved ones, friends, you know what I'm saying? And enjoy whatever meal that you having. I know again, a lot of people don't celebrate these pagan holidays, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of misinformation about the real ID out there. You know, um, I know a lot of people are confused and don't really know what's going on. Um, I can just only talk about what I experience. You know what I'm saying? As me, what I went through. Um, so either which way, like I said, I'm gonna give a few more minutes, for some people to pop up. Those that do, those that don't, could catch the replay when it replays. But I'm gonna need you guys to please do me a favor. Drop a like, uh, comment, engage in the comment section. Tell me what you think, your thoughts on the topic, as well as you know, sharing the content out to those, who might need to be informed or to people that might be, you know, confused about the situation. So again, like I said, I'm gonna get into my story. Um, I personally didn't have a issue traveling. I do not have a real ID. I know this year they made it mandatory. I believe it was in May. I want to say by May, in a lot of states, they was forcing people to get the real ID. They were saying that if you do not have the real ID, you cannot travel. You cannot enter any federal buildings. But if you have the regular standard license or ID, that you still can, you know, go to post offices and enter your normal buildings and stuff. Me, I'm gonna give you my experience. So, as some of y'all already know, um, I took a holiday trip out of my state. I don't have the real ID, so I called the airline and asked the airline, what are some of the things that I need to have in order to get, board the plane without having the real, ID. They told me that I should have a passport. If I don't have a passport, um, I should bring my birth certificate and a social security card and a piece of mail that has your name and address on it. Um, like I said, I'm not complying. I'm only speaking for myself. I'm not trying to comply with all of these rules and obeying these rules. Some things we do definitely got to stand on, and I'm one of these people that want to stand on, things that I feel like I'm being forced against my will. You know what I'm saying? Um, so either which way, I flew out. I was able to board the plane. The difference is when I got to the TSA checkpoint, they ask you, do you have a passport? Because they ask for your license or ID. And I have a regular license. Like I said, I don't have the real ID, and I'm not gonna get it. So I gave the gentleman my license, and he asked me if I had a passport. I told him no, I do not, but I do have other documents. And he didn't even bother, looking at my other documents. So he told me that I have to step to the left. So he opened the little gate. I go through the gate and I went to the left. Now I had to wait for him for a little bit. Told me to wait right here. So I'm thinking, someone else is gonna come and attend to me or whatever. But either which way, the gentleman took me further. Now there's this like machine that I'm looking at, and he grabs this little stick. You know what I mean? So for lack of better word, let me show y'all. So it's like, let's just say the stick is like this long, right? And at the end of the stick, it's like a little round thing that's on it. So he told me to open my right palm. I opened my right palm, and the gentleman just rubbed over my palm and my fingers on the right hand. Then he put the stick in back to a little slot thing that you pull it out of. Then he told me to open my left palm, and he did the same thing, repeated the same procedure, which is to me, it's a new technology. Basically, it's like instead of fingerprinting somebody and using ink, that machine just basically reads your palm and reads your fingertips, and they put it back into the slot, and it goes into a computer, and a green light, I want to say, goes off, lets you know that you're good. And if it's a red, it would be like a flag, you know. So if you have like warrants, if you I guess for lack of a better word, terrorists or something like that, if you're on the most wanted list, I think it might have a red color, and you'll have no access. So, I did this live to let y'all know, because right now I'm out of my state. You know, I've been out in Philly. So, I had access, which kind of like I've been on planes plenty of time. So I wasn't nervous about being on a plane, but I was nervous about that situation because, like I said, I called the airline that I was flying on and asked them, okay, I don't have a passport at the moment, so what other documents do I need? And they told me, the person that works for the airline, the customer service rep was like, just have your birth certificate, your social security card, and a piece of mail. But like I said, when I got to the airport, now I had all those three: my birth certificate, my social security card, and a mail with my name and address on it. So now when I get to the airport, I told the gentleman like twice. I had my, because he asked me twice, you said you have your passport? I said, no, I never told you I had my passport. Peace and salute. Peace and salute. Oh, yeah. Peace and salute, man. Peace and salute to everybody. Again, like I said, so I told the guy, I said, man, no, I never told you I had my passport. I told you I don't have my passport, but I do have my birth certificate and my social security card. And he's like, oh, I don't need to see it. Because I was going in my luggage, to pull it out to, give it to him. But he's like, nah, I don't need that. And like I said, he just made me go to the left. He opened the gate, made me go to a left and just rub something against my palm, put it in the slot, and it was green light for me. So I just wanted to do this live to inform y'all that if you guys do not have the real ID and was skeptical about, flying and stuff like that, because I had this conversation with a few people that told me they just gonna drive, and do you really want to drive, especially if you're driving for, multiple hours and you don't have a second driver? If you think you can handle it, then salute to you, but I'm just doing this live to inform y'all and enlighten y'all that you do not need to have the real ID in order to fly. If you have the regular standard ID or regular standard license, you still can take a trip. You know what I mean? Miss D, salute to you, Miss D, salute. So again, I just wanted y'all to know and inform y'all that you still can travel without having a real ID. Now, again, I know it's kind of funny with YouTube with stuff like that, but I'm just sharing y'all my experience and telling y'all that I flew out on Tuesday. I left my city, you know what I mean, in my state, and flew out to Philly. It was a 2 hour what about, yeah, 2 hour flight. Um I got to Philly about like 9:34 we landed, and I was supposed to be there, like, arrival time was like 10:04. So I was thankful about that. It was a crazy flight too. I ain't gonna lie, like, I've been out of the country before, and I flew to multiple states before, Florida being the main state that I flew to. That's the most turbulence that I ever felt. And it was crazy because before we took off, the pilot, talks to the passengers a little bit, and he was like, "Listen, what did he say again? He said the temperature is the same as it is in Boston." He said on the flight from Philly to Boston, they faced a lot of turbulence, so more than likely he expects, to the same. And I was like, "Oh, what kind of turbulence and are we supposed to feel going to Philly?" Man, that was the craziest. You know what I mean? But in all, the flight was a dope flight. It was fast. I was thankful. I was happy. Got to my destination, safe and sound, which is always a plus because of all these crazy things going on, from the beginning of the year with all these planes crashing and stuff like that. And flights having issues. Um, what else has been going on? A lot of air traffic control workers have been laid off due to tariffs and stuff like that. So I was thankful I got there safe and sound. You know what I mean? That's probably like, I'll say the second shortest flight that I ever took. My first one was like from Boston to New York. Was the shortest flight that I ever took in. So this was it was a good flight, like I said, and all. I wish I had a window seat, you know what I mean? So I could look out the window. Every time, I've been on a plane, I always had a window seat, which is dope. I like to see the skies. I'm always looking up anyways, if I'm outside. So it would have been dope, to look out the window. But like I said, in all, I got to fly, like I said, without having a real ID. So I'm thankful about that. Like I said, felt good because that's what kind of like kept me up all night, even though um the airline worker told me to just have, my birth certificate and social security card and a piece of mail. I should be good. So I definitely was thankful about that, and all. I'm having a good time out here. This is probably like, I don't know, maybe the fourth time that I'm not like, around my family, you know what I'm saying? Like immediate family on a holiday, and again, I know we're not supposed to be celebrating these holidays, but people are gonna do what they want to do. At the end of the day, I can only control what I do, and how I get down in these holidays. But like I said, in all, I'm having a good time. Y'all see I got this dope setup. Of course I don't have this, so it's fire. Who's that? Who's that? Oh, Monique Hill. Peace and salute to you and Miss D. Peace and salute to you, to both of y'all and y'all families. I don't know if y'all celebrate Thanksgiving, but salute to y'all. Like I said, I had posted on IG and YouTube, what I mean, when I was at the airport and stuff like that. And then I took a little quick video and showed like the cockpit, because I have front row seats. So, that was fire. That I could listen to the pilot. He was lax, man. This pilot, man, he had his foot up on it. It was like, how got your car and you might be on park, like you parked on the side, you know what I mean? And you got your foot on the dashboard. This man had his leg up. Guess he was stretching his leg. I don't know, but he was super comfortable, and that just made me comfortable. So I loved it. Let me see. Love to the ancestors. We still here. You Aboriginal here. No death given here. Facts. Appreciate that, Monique. Appreciate that. Um, But yeah, like I said, man, I just, again, these people will tell you to do something. And I found out a few things too. Like I got some people, in Delaware, and they told me that they been had the new ID, or the real ID, I should say, for like years now, and kind of like they had no choice. They was told like they can't stay with the standard ID. Well, I'm thankful in Mass that when I had to renew my license, I still had a choice, and this was before the May deadline. I forgot when did I had to renew. Yeah, I had to renew my license actually last year on my birthday month, which is October. So shout out to all the Libras out there. Y'all already know we the best. No disrespect to no other birth signs, but I am a Libra, so I am biased. I rocks with a lot of other birth month signs. So, but again, shout out to all my Libras. We are the best, you know. But peace and salute. Peace and salute to everybody coming in. Salute to y'all. Um, so again, let me know if y'all want to put in the chat. Let me know if y'all bump Libras. Cancers are the best. Okay, okay. Cancers are the best. We all the best. How about that? We all the best. All the birth signs are the best. Cancers, what, Capricorns, Libras, Scorpios, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Leos. I don't know too much about the Leos. I do know Leos be lying a lot. Now, I don't know if I have any subscribers, you know what I'm saying, that are Leos, but I'm just saying the ones I'm gonna talk about the ones that I've came in contact with. I guess that's why their sign is a lion, because they be lying. You know what I'm saying? They be lying. You heard? They be lying. But like I said, man, salute to all the birth signs. I don't want nobody feeling no type of way. Again, I'm a big up the Libras. You know what I mean? I'm a salute the Libras because I am a Libra. You know what I mean? But peace and salute to all the other birth signs. You heard? We all the best. I'll put it like that. But there is some funny Libras. There is some funny Scorpios, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Pisces, Cancers. I'm just talking about the bad signs. You know what I'm saying? The bad people from those signs, I should say. You know what I mean? But salute to the good ones. You know what I mean? The ones who vibrate high, you know. Here we go. Here we go. Bump all the other signs. Pisces number one. Oh God. Peace and salute to you, Miss Georgia Fran. But
Cancers is the best.
here we go. Kansas is the best. Here we go. All right. My engineer, you can shut your mic off. Mic off now. Thank you. Appreciate that. But like I said, you know what I mean? Yeah, just to let y'all know, man, again, hold on, what's this? Sweet peace to you, sweet. Talib, salute, my brother. Salute, salute. Greetings and salvations. Appreciate that. Service speed. Yes, to you. You already know. Salute to all of y'all, man. Like I said, salute to y'all, all of y'all, wherever y'all at, y'all cities, y'all states, out of the country. You know what I mean? Wherever y'all at. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. You know what I mean? Y'all could be anywhere doing anything right now, but I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. I guess the notifications was a little late on YouTube's half. Let's have a debate. Have a debate about what? What we having a debate about? What we debating about?
She
I,
wants to debate about cancers being the best, but there is no debate.
oh
We
wow.
just are.
Listen, I just know my mother's a Pisces. I love Dukes, but hey, man, Pisces a little bit. They're a little bit, man. Listen, you got to be a strong man. R.I.P. my dad, man. You know what I'm saying? He had to, deal with my moms. You know what I'm saying? Love them both. You know what I mean? Like I said, R.I.P. my dad. Long live my pops, man. But Pisces, man, you gotta be tough to deal with a Pisces, man. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Cancers too. You know what I mean? All the signs, man. All the signs. What y'all saying? Signs. What? Signs cause Pisces number one. Oh man. Listen, man. If that's the case, we all gonna be talking about everybody's sign is number one. Okay. That's why I said we all number one. All right. We all number one. Like I said, I knew I was gonna spark, you know, a little a little beef. You know what I'm saying? Put out a little smoke for y'all when I said Libras are the best. I've been saying that I don't know for how long now. But like I said, I rock with everybody. As long as your energy's right. You know what I mean? We all can rock. East New York, peace and salute. NY Nikki, peace and salute. I apologize for that. Yo, these things are small on my end, so I apologize, y'all. It's small on my end, but yeah. NY Nikki, peace and salute. Let me see. Got to have and what? Man, listen, I'm not gonna get into that. We can we I can I could do a show about these signs. Like I said, for the most part, you know what I mean. You are your birth sign, but from what I research, from what I learned, and from what I hear other people talk about all these birth signs, you are what you are because of the month that you was born, but you do have other signs in you, and that will more tell you about your characteristic. So, from what I was told, I am a Libra, definitely cardinal sign, natural born leader, you know what I mean, loyal to the soil, but we ain't fools either. You know what I mean? Loving and caring and all that good stuff. But I was told that I do have I believe some Sagittarius in me, and I think some Cancer in me or something like that. All signs have their advantages and disadvantages. That's a fact. That is a fact. That's what I'm saying. Like, we all are birth signs, but that's why you got to know what your sun rising is and your moon rising is. You know, depending on what time of day you was born, what type of time of night that you was born. So yes, sir. My rising sign is in Libra. Okay, okay, Miss D. Yeah, it rises is in Libra. All right. So I'm saying, like, again, if people want to learn why they might react the way they react, or why their personalities is the way it is, you could find all of this out. Same thing with your life number. This went from like a real ID live to we talk about birth signs now. I knew I knew this was gonna happen. You know what I mean? I know how to spark debates. You know what I'm saying? It's all love and peace, man. Like I said, nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? Ain't taking no shots at no other signs. I do know a lot of cancers is emotional. You know what I mean? They react off of a lot of emotions. You know what I'm saying? I know Jim Jones is a cancer. I think 50 Cent is a cancer. I don't know what other celebrities that are cancers, but you know, react off of emotions, man. Hold on. Flying guillotine, man. Salute, salute. Oh, that's Ronan. Yo, Ronan, man. I gotta look at your avatar to know it's you. Cause when I see the flying guillotine, I'm like, who's that? But salute, man. Salute, my brother. Salute. Hold on, my
He's
lifeline.
asking for a link. Should I drop the link?
Yeah, you could drop the link. Yo, Ronan, man. You already know how it is over here, brother. You already know how it is on this side. Your life number is 7, without a doubt. All right, well, mine is 3. I know that definitely. I know my life number is a 3. You know what I
Mine
mean?
is 22. Ooh, master number. Let me get
Oh
up.
gosh. Yeah, Ronan got 22 at the end of his, so I don't know what the 22 is for, but that's a veteran right there. You heard? But yeah, like I said, y'all, just letting y'all know if y'all plan to fly in the future, just to let y'all know, you do not need a real ID. Now, don't just go by what I'm saying. Whatever airline that you're flying off of, ask them, what type of documents do you need to have if you do not have your passport? Like I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all my experience. So YouTube, I don't have all the answers. I'm just giving my experience, my point of view, my perspective that I flew out without having a real ID. Salute, brother. Salute, man. How you?
What up, man? Hey, man, what made you think I'm gonna come to your channel with the funnery? I'm
Nah, I
not
didn't say you was.
you, I,
I know how you rock,
hey, okay, all right,
brother. We done
enough
built
said.
before.
Enough said.
Yeah, we done
I'm
built
not gonna
before.
come here with that.
Yeah. Nah, I
I'm
know.
a
I know you
conspiracy.
not.
I'm a conspiracy theorist first.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think there's, I mean, you could call it that, but I don't believe in no conspiracy
Whatever they
theories.
call it, man. I've been following this 30
Yeah.
years,
Yeah,
and
yeah. No
me
doubt.
on it was. I won't say it was a hobby.
Uh-huh.
It was an interest.
That's a fact. That's a
And,
fact.
and that's what I mean. You can talk logically. Hey, man, salute the chat, salute the panel.
Salute, man. Salute. Salute
Man,
to you,
T-Rona
brother.
in the
How you
house.
been, man? How you been? How you been?
I've been good, man. Salute the fan, man. How you doing?
I can't complain, brother. I'm out of
I,
my state,
I'll tell you this
having
way
fun.
back. I moved from LA to North Carolina because the South is the best place to be prepared for whatever happens.
Oh, so you in NC now?
Yep.
Okay, okay. That's what's up.
Yeah,
What
it's still
what,
West
what
Side,
city
but it's like
what city you in?
like I can't. I just close. I got so many
Okay, I
trolls.
got you.
I'm,
Nah,
yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Nah, cause I got some peeps out there and fam out there.
yeah.
Raleigh.
I'm in the Durham area.
Okay, okay. Say no more. That's what's up.
Hmm
I don't think I know
but
anybody,
I am a veteran from Fort Bragg. Who
say that
knows
again?
who I know out there?
Say that again?
I'm a veteran from Fort Bragg, North Carolina. So I was out here in my 20s.
Okay.
Yeah,
Salute to
so
you, NY. Salute to you, NY, Nikki. That's what's up.
through NY. Hey, by the way, this cancer gang.
Cancer gang? Okay, that's
Oh
what's
yeah,
up. So
I
what
know
month?
more.
What month you in for
June,
cancer? June?
June,
Okay.
on the cusp like Pac.
Yeah, you
It's like
crazy. Yeah, you crazy. You got
I'm
some
not
crazy in
crazy.
you.
What the fuck
No,
to make
not
you think
that,
I'm crazy?
brother, not that type of crazy, man. You said Pac. That's why I said you got some crazy in you. Not no bad crazy. There's
And
good
Pac,
crazy too.
Pac had to tell the truth in certain areas, which made him a legend.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And
That's a
and
fact.
and prepare to play the feelings mutual made back.
You already
Real
know,
talk.
man. You already
Real
know,
talk.
brother. I haven't spoken to you in a minute. Last time we was building was on Foxy's channel.
Yeah.
And that was a
But
good
made back
build,
I
man.
watch shorts, I watch your commentary, I watch
Uh-huh.
your info you drop, I watch all that. I'm a fan.
Appreciate you, man. Nah, you're not a fan, brother. You family,
Well, you
man.
know what I'm saying. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no, I know.
Prepare to
No,
play the
I don't I
feelings
don't like
mutual.
calling people my subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of these people, man. It's like everybody that comes over here, a lot of y'all, like you've been, we've been rocking for like years now. I would say probably like 5 years or 4 years we've been
Hmm
rocking. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to, kind of know me and likewise. You know what I'm saying? You know how we build. You know?
Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
you know,
You know what I
Oh
mean?
Hey Deuce is an act. It's just like a
Bro,
comedy
I already
presentation.
know. Nah, I know. Listen,
But you
a
know the
lot.
real me.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, see, people get a little I don't know, in their feelings when they get told that, they're acting like a character. Listen, I believe everybody on YouTube, for the most part, not everybody, but a good, I don't know, 70-80% is characters. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean
But
that like in
whether they like it or not.
yeah. I'm not, and I don't mean that in no disrespectful way. Like,
I
you
think
have
you
to
broke
be,
character. I think you
yeah.
broke character just to say that.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to be entertaining, you got to be funny, you got to have charisma, you got to have personality. And I feel like even off of social media, you got to have that for people to gravitate to. And again, I don't mean that like in a negative way. Like when I say character, like I'm not talking about like we playing a movie. You know what I mean? Like we're acting anything. It's just like you got to have something for people to stay tuned. You know, whether you doing informative content or you doing entertainment, you doing sports. If you just talking and you're boring, like that's not going to keep people entertained at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So,
Well, I think the bigger danger is you end up following the script for the money.
doesn't mean you have a character. Yeah, I get you to live, you know. I think it's like more personality. For like maybe I used the wrong word, but you know, you got to have
Yeah, but
personality.
when the pandemic hit, I started drinking heavy, right?
Hmm.
So I came up with this character, Old Head Deuce.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just it's just mud bone and dolomite.
yeah.
That's all it is.
You know where I think I first heard your name actually was through what's his name?
I met you on King Troll. I think. I
I
met
think I
you on
might
King
have heard the
Troll.
name. No, it wasn't over there. It wasn't with him.
It had to
I
be
think I heard
Quinn
it.
then. It had to be
No,
Quinn.
no, it's I forgot homegirl's name. I think I want to say Toya's husband. They had like the drunk something. The drunk
The
something.
Drunkles,
The
the Drunkles
drunkles.
are
That's where
behind
I
the
first
bar.
heard your name.
The Fresh fan, Fresh.
Yes, that's where I first heard his wife, because they
Yeah,
Celtics fan. That's how I got cool with them. They Celtics
yeah.
fan, and they actually came to a
And
Celtic
I
game
am
in
not a
Boston.
Celtics fan.
Nah,
I am
we ain't.
not.
I'm not talking to you about that, brother. We know you
Yeah,
ain't
but
no
we got
Celtics
into
fan.
it over that. I got into it with somebody over there. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got into it with her husband. With
listen. What's your team, man? What's your team?
Lakers, nigga, West Side.
Yeah, well, we
All
listen.
day.
You can't get
Salute the
into it with
Dodgers.
us. You cannot
Salute the
get.
Dodgers. How you like that?
Listen, man. I don't listen. I don't want to talk nothing in L.A. Y'all still. We still got more championships than the Lakers. So you
Hey man,
stick.
can you
You
look
still.
past that to the knowledge?
Excuse me.
That's a yes or a no. Can you look past that to the knowledge or the benefits of our conversations we can have without you bringing up your punk ass city and what they can't do?
Oh, why my city got to be a punk ass?
Because we got the championship.
Listen, listen. It's just like
You're
with
talking from a
Boston.
loser position.
Listen, it's just
Man, I love
like,
to play you chess, man. Yeah, that's on the
bro.
board too.
Bro, it's just like I'm a Red Sox fan. I got family in New York. I got family in New York
You got
that are
to put holy
Yankees
water
fans,
on me.
that are Knicks fans. So what you're talking about right now is nothing. Think about
What
how
you
about
are
having
is
a
the opposite of the world.
oh man, here we go.
That's
Let's
what
not
you
talk
are.
about opposite, brother.
No one gives a
Listen,
fuck about your cheating ass squad.
listen, listen. Let me just keep it right here, right? You know my sports channel. It's Maybach Sports. We could
Mm-hmm.
debate and talk about sports all day long. Me and my co-host, True to King TV, we just started a podcast. He's not even from Mass, right? And he's a
Mm-hmm.
Celtic fan and he's a Patriot fan. So if you want to debate about sports, go hit those links.
Hey, salute Villanova. Outside of that, I ain't got no love for you.
That's cool, brother. That's all right. I ain't got
The
no love for your
Patriots is
team.
a
I
lie.
got I got love for you, but I ain't got love for your squad. I got love for you, but not for your squad.
I know
Salute.
that's cool. Hey man, hey man, you make a good neighbor.
Oh man, here we go. Here we go.
Make
Listen,
a
bro,
good
like I
neighbor.
said, listen, I've been getting this since I was a kid, so it's nothing, man. There's no
Man,
love
your team
lost.
lose. I'll be out there watering my grass when you come out for work.
Brother, listen, there's no love lost.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
no love
Hey,
lost.
hey,
You
you
know
know
what
what
I
I
mean?
did?
What's
And this
up?
is real spit. When I was in Boston, I went to the Cheers bar and took a picture
Mhm.
next to the Indian in the Lakers suit and bounced.
I bet, yeah, you heard what you just said. You took a picture and you bounced. You did the
Hell
smartest
yeah.
move. You did the smartest move. You got the hell out of Dodge because if you
Got
stayed
the
there
suit.
any longer, you would have
And we
had
won
some
the
issues.
chip.
You would
Oh,
have
they
had
was
some
looking.
issues.
The Gray Boys was looking, but took my picture.
Hmm.
Deuces, nigga.
Yeah, you would have had some issues. It's just like
Yeah,
some Yankee fans that come to Fenway Park, they take their little pictures and they get out of Dodge. I
niggas
told
is
a story
Raider
about
fans.
what happened to a Yankees fan in
Niggas
Boston.
is Raider fans. You're fucking Philly.
Listen,
You're a
man,
fucking bunch of goddamn soccer hooligans. You're a
brother,
fucking
listen.
tacky goddamn. I don't talk about you,
Oh, okay,
but
yeah,
you
because
tell me you don't know a motherfucker like this I'm talking about.
no, I got a homie. I got a real good homie I've known for 25 years. He's from out here. You know what I'm saying? He's a hardcore Philly fan. When I recorded my video on IG, He was like, "Yeah, you see that you driving past the stadium." I was like, "Brother, I just wanted to show you that I'm in your city." And I had to put the camera and show him what I was wearing. The same hat I'm wearing now is, yeah, people was looking at me a little bit in Philly. I don't care. Wherever I go,
Oh
we
my
Boston out.
God.
It's Boston versus everybody. You heard?
Oh, I hate y'all. I
Yeah,
hate
it's
y'all, man.
Boston
I don't
versus
hate you, man. Man, I
I know
love
you
you.
don't. I know you don't hate me, just
There's
like
a
I don't
part of
hate
you,
you.
nigga. There's a part of you, nigga. Look your
Listen, it's
goddamn
all love.
heart out, nigga, like Kobe.
It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love, man. Listen, like I
Man,
told you,
hey
I
man,
got
no,
the
no,
sports. Listen, I got the sports channel. Whenever you ready, come over there. Guys like you, we love to have conversation with y'all because see, we're not gonna give our opinions. We're not gonna have our feelings and our emotions
oh
involved. We're
no,
gonna
no, no,
stick to the stats
oh
and the
no,
facts. Okay.
oh
And like
no.
I said, when it comes to the NBA, the Celtics got more championship. It doesn't matter if we got one more than y'all. We got
Yeah, man.
we got more than y'all.
See,
Everybody else
see,
too.
see.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Mm. Yeah, you go ahead.
Right, yeah,
Talking your shit. Pop your
and yeah, I'm
shit.
gonna keep talking. Yeah, for the last 20 years, this team has been running the NFL, and now we back on top. Now I want to see what people got to say. We don't got Bill Belichick no more, and we
Hey,
ain't
come
got
on,
Tom
man.
Brady, and nobody could talk
Y'all
about,
ran
oh, the
by
Patriots
crap.
is cheating
Yeah,
and
hey,
this and
hey,
that.
come
We
on,
back.
man. Yeah.
We back
Y'all
like
ran
foot
by
crap.
crap cheese Illuminati.
Listen, man. Come on, man. I have no dealings with that. I don't know what you talking about with Illuminati and all this other
You ate
crazy
a
stuff.
bowl of
Listen,
that add water, macaroni and cheese like everybody else. You
listen, man.
drink Kool-Aid.
Listen. All I would wish for is to get that Robert Kraft money. Other than that, what he's doing, what he's part of, I don't care about none of that. You heard me? I don't care about none of that. Just give me some Billies and I'll be all set. Okay. And everybody,
Well,
that
that's a lot of
family and the
cheese.
close friends will be all straight too.
No
That's all I
matter
care.
which way you look at it, that's a lot of cheese.
You
No
know what I'm
matter how
saying?
you look
A
at
lot
it.
of cheese. Yeah, you damn right. Listen, man, these billionaires that own these teams and corporations, listen,
Yeah,
especially when it comes to sports, before they put their foot down, before the season starts, they already get the TV deals checked. You heard? You know what I
yeah.
mean? But yeah, like I said, the Pats are back. I just want everybody to know, you know, and for everybody in the chat, if y'all didn't know, I have a sports channel. It is Maybach
man,
Sports. And if y'all could please
man.
subscribe, that's to the people that are into sports. And maybe even if you ain't into sports, but you could still support me, please subscribe to Maybach Sports. I don't just cover Boston team, sports team, I cover all sports. We cover baseball, hockey, uh, uh, you know, the NFL and the NBA. So I don't just do my favorite team. You know what I mean? I don't have teams. I have teams as far as my city go. There's a lot of guys like you. Y'all have one city team, and then y'all have a whole nother city team. I'm like that. I'm not like that. My team is great. I'm with my team. My
So
team
you had no
sucks.
choice
I'm
but to
with
be a
my
Patriot.
team.
Wait. You saying you had no choice but to be a Patriots fan?
Peace and salute. Enemies public. Peace, my brother. Peace. I appreciate
Hey
you.
man,
Hey, listen, let me just let y'all know. I don't know if the brother is selling intros, but if y'all need intros and stuff like that, please tap into my good brother, my comrade, the Enemies Public. He's also a content creator. Please subscribe to his channel. Check his content out. He got dope content. That brother's been supporting me. I've been supporting him. And I love it, man. You know what I mean? He's a good brother, man. Good brother. Check out his content. Like I say, you said you like conspiracy theories. Listen, we could call it that, but he's an informative channel over there, man. He dropped jewels over there,
I don't know if they
you
call it.
know.
They used to call it conscious. Now they call it woke, and now there's all
Yeah,
kind of
well,
different woke. They
they always gonna
hijack the
change the
word.
name. They always gonna change the name, brother. You know, they always gonna change the name. But yeah. So I know you a veteran, so you have no problem flying. Do you have? Let me ask you. Do you have the real ID? If y'all don't mind, right? Everyone in the chat.
I got a
If you
passport.
okay, then you're good. If y'all
No,
have a real ID, put a thumbs up. If you do not have a real ID, please just put the thumbs down in the chat. Again,
you don't have
to
one.
y'all that came late
You
on
refuse to
this
get one.
live, I was talking about how you still can fly without
You
a
don't
real
just get one.
ID. You know what I mean?
If
So
you
I
get a real
flew
ID, you
out.
can get a.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You get a real ID, I need a passport.
What you
To get a
saying?
passport, you don't need a real ID. The real ID is like a. Talk to my nephew.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
I
He said, "What
yeah.
up, man?"
All
He's
right,
enjoying
tell
the
him.
commentary. Hey, he come with some orthodox ideas and
Uh-huh.
concepts, man, on what's going on. It always blows my mind.
What's that, Aqua Baby? You have a real ID? Okay. I
He
mean,
say
listen. Go ahead. What was you saying, old school?
you have electric vehicles and things like that already limiting the range that you can travel.
No, I know. That's what I was saying
That
earlier
all
on.
comes in the concept. Like some parts, I mean, have you heard of how that is going to just, if we don't like you, we're just going to cut your fucking shit down to fucking goofy
Yeah,
shit.
you're talking about the digital, but see, this is the whole thing that I've been trying to tell people, right? Or I've been trying to like enlighten people is that at the end of the day, you still got to stand for something, right? Because when you I had some videos lined up, but my storage on my thing is full, so I didn't get to upload the video because I was gonna play the video so that way you could see where people are breaking down the real truth about when you get the real ID, you actually give up your rights. You give up your religious rights to getting jabbed up. I'm gonna say that because you know we can't say the other word on YouTube for community guidelines. So you basically give up your right. And when you get the real ID, I don't know if you notice, Aqua Baby, but when you give up, when you got the real ID, you give up your rights for a lot of things, right? And stuff like that. And not only that, like I said, you give up your religious rights, right? So now, God forbid, they come with what they came with 4 or 5 years ago. Now you can't use your religion and say that, oh, I can't take this because of my religion. Like they're not letting people know this. So this is how they get you. They say it's for convenience. They say it's to go through TSA. Listen, no lie. My flight was early in the morning, right? I got to the airport. They told me 2 hours early, right? So my flight was at 8:24. I got at Logan Airport at about 6 o'clock, right? I checked in. The check-in took a little bit of time because you know you got to scan the QR code or whatever. Then they tell you to go down to the TSA checkpoint. Again, when I got to TSA checkpoint, the man said, "Can I get your license?" I gave him my license. He asked me, he said, "Do you have a passport?" I said, "No, I do not have a passport, but I do have my birth certificate, my social security, and a piece of mail, which the airline that I was flying out of told me to have." I flew out of Frontier. So Frontier told me to have those 3 documents with me. The man never
Mhm.
asked, he never looked at it. He didn't ask me for my documents. He never looked at it. He just kept the regular ID, the standard license, and he told me to step to the left. So I stepped to the left. He opened the gate. He let me in. What they do is there's a new fingerprinting thing that they use now. They don't use the ink. Well, as far as TSA go, I don't know if the police departments are still doing that, but
Mhm.
all he did was pass this thing. He rubbed this thing on my palm, on both of my palms of my hand, and insert it into something. And in the compute, there's a computer, and then there's a light. And the light was like a green light that let him know, like, I'm a go. Because obviously I don't have no warrants. I'm not a terrorist or whatever. So
Is it the whole palm print?
yes, it's a palm print reader. Yeah, it's a palm print reader that they put into the system. Now I'm gonna let y'all know with this, right? So when you get the real ID, this is another thing they're not telling people. When you get the real ID, you're automatically, because this is, let me bring it back actually. The last world that we lived in was in 2020. Now, I know a lot of enlightened people that ain't gonna go over y'all heads, but to the people that's lost in the sauce or whatever, I don't want to be disrespectful, but people that's misinformed, it's gonna go over y'all heads. The last world that we live in, meaning as far as having paper, right? Because now they want to digitize everything. So that's why when you get the real ID, they basically are putting you back into the straw man system with the real ID. It doesn't really
Well,
matter
once you
because
get once
your
you
privacy
choose to get tagged like
time
livestock.
everyone will have to. Yeah, I mean, they saying it's about like 90% of the population that have the real ID and 10% don't. And I'm part of that 10%. I mean, I get it, but again, people are just going to get the thing because they being told that it's more convenient. No lie, this is another thing too. Because I haven't flown in a minute. So you have to scan the QR code. Last time I flew out to Miami when my oldest nephew passed away, I had the paper form. So for Frontier, just to get the paper form, Because think about it. Say you don't have a phone to scan a QR code or whatever, just to get the actual ticket in your hand, paper form, right? I'm talking about. You know how we used to have the ticket in our hand? They want you to
Yeah.
pay $25, bro. $25. Now, mind you, you already paid for a ticket online. So just to get the paper form, the guy at Frontier told me American Airlines, there's still some airlines that still
Well,
give
they're
you the
doing that. Obviously, you don't need it, and
yeah.
they're kind of getting you to not go paper. It's like going paperless. Like it was like an arm twist.
Yeah, correct. No, but I get what Talib is saying. He said it won't matter because in 3 to 5 years, everyone's gonna have to have one. I get all of that. See,
That's
I'm
not
not
true.
well, see again, I'm on the fence with that because there's a lot of people going against it. And I'm one of these people that's gonna fight to the end. See, I'm not just gonna comply. Uh-huh.
Maybach.
Go ahead.
It's not your fight.
Huh? No, I
It's not your
listen,
fight,
bro, I listen, man. At the end of the day, as long as we still breathing, right, and we still living, it's our
man.
fight, brother. It's everybody's fight.
It's World War
Why do
III.
we feel? Why do people feel like they think because they saying it's to your convenience that you have to have this? See, this is what I have a problem with, right? That's like me telling you a story, right? And I'm telling you it's facts, but I'm leaving out a lot of major parts of the story. Then that's not facts, then, brother. You see what I'm saying? If I'm gonna tell you you need to have something, and I'm pumping that fear mongering and telling you, well, if you don't get this, or old head, then you can't go inside federal buildings. You're not able to fly. You get what I'm saying? Like, why are we doing that? Why are we telling people that if you don't get this, then you can't do this and you can't do that? Bro, I'm a walking testament of it. I
Hey,
don't
hey,
have it. Uh-huh.
hey. Back in the early '90s, nigga, when um your supermarket card, get a market card, you can get special discounts and shit.
Mhm.
What you thought was discounts if you had this little card
Yeah,
in the
correct.
market. Now we do that regularly. We don't think nothing of it now.
Yeah.
But it's the same shit. They've already been conditioned for that.
It can't be a lot of
Maybe before some were born. They can't even fucking put a cell phone down. I mean,
American population doesn't have it. No, but bro, I'm going by what was it? It was a video that I seen, and it was two people talking about like I forgot what she said, but she was basically saying like 90% have of the population have it and 10% don't, or something like that pertaining to that. I'm mad that I got to clear out my storage because again, I had the videos up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it because I do have a camera here, so I'm gonna play the videos that that I have to show y'all. So I see. I might have to just play the audio for y'all so y'all can hear this. Listen. About 110 million Americans who have not chosen to do the Real ID, and all 110 of them and everybody else should choose never to do the Real ID. If you already have one, if you've got a gold star on, go and get a standardized driver's license. If you're afraid of flying, go get your passport. But do not take the Real ID, because the whole idea here, the state of Pennsylvania asked Trump to shut down this program. Yep. They call it a usurpation of states' rights. Yep. The federal government has taken over driving and identification over the entire country. And they're going to take all of your primary identification documents and keep them for themselves. You're going to have to give them your social security number, your birth certificate, and your marriage certificate, and they will hold them. They've never had them before. You are essentially recertifying yourself as an American, and then they want to put this and digitize it, put it on your phone, and be able to shut down your access anytime you do something they don't like. This is not a simple ID card, and this is probably going to move into the global UN identification system that the UN wants to create for the entire world. This is your opportunity to shut this down.
The reason why they want you to get a real ID is because they're trying to tell you that the old you no longer exists. When 2020 took place, the old world died and we gave birth to a new world. If you want to check for a real ID, they tell you you have to look for the star. When you flip a star upside down, you get the Baphomet. But I'm going to come back to this. Why do you think they put the world in quarantine? That's because the old world died and they gave birth to the new world. Right now, we are living in a new world that's going to be controlled by artificial intelligence. Be your real ID self. So our old ID was fake, real, fake. If this is real, then
Go ahead. Mute up real quick. Go ahead, please. Mute up.
The whole reason behind identifying with a piece of paper or plastic is because it's connected to the straw man. The straw man is not real. You are not the straw man. You are your spirit. A lot of people gave up their spirit and they became the straw man.
Yo, old head.
It's just a piece of paper, contract, signatures, letters, and numbers. This reality is fake. But if you believe it to be real, guess what? It becomes a real reality. Or I should say, real ID. You are not your ID or id. You are a spiritual being. The world did not go on quarantine. Our spirits went in quarantine. They put us in a box. They reshape, remodel, redesign this whole reality. That's what they mean when they say it's chosen people against NPCs. The NPCs is really the straw man. So many people can't crack these codes because they don't understand the language. The language is the matrix. The language is the curses and the spells. The old you went bye-bye and the new you is being born. Stop hiring humans. The era of AI employees is here. This is all connected to the real ID. The real ID is set up so these people can identify you as a real person or artificial intelligence. This is the new real ID. It's not you. Remember, they turned our star upside down. The star represents head, arm, leg. We were supposed to be pointing up, but now it's leg, arm, head. Our head is going down. The 9 or the 6. 9 spirals up, 6 spirals down. Same reason why people in Hollywood get their walk of star or walk of shame. We are the fallen stars. And since we can identify with our spiritual self, artificial intelligence will take over. The old you no longer exists. The fake you no longer exists. The real ID is being birthed. This is total control over everyone. So many people walking around like this, they just can't get their head out of the box, or they can't think outside the box.
Now, y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that, right? I hope everybody heard that. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Why comply and obey just because they telling you you can't do this and you can't do that? Again, they're using that fear mongering, you know? And people are just
they're gonna have such a sweet package.
Listen, again, as long as I can fight it, I'm fighting it. I'm not getting it. You know what I'm saying?
I even know somebody like you would even worry about it. You already know it's a hell no.
Yeah. So why? I mean, whether it's 3 years from now, 5 years, 2030, and stuff like that, I'm just saying, as long as I can, I'm gonna fight it. You know what I mean?
Hey man, that shit might go down, and it's a laughing stock. You know what I'm saying?
Empress Judah, peace, Empress Judah. Salute.
You have to have an army. You have to have army blind enough to come impose their will upon people that already. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. It's no good if you come up. It's worldwide apartheid.
Bro, make it make sense, right?
Yeah,
back then, we had to get a passport, right? The passport was to be used to when you're flying out the country. Now people got to carry a passport to fly domestic flights. That makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. You know, why do I need a passport to fly domestically? You know what I'm saying? And I think
that could be for right now. Could it get better or worse? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Now you heard what the lady said.
Get better. I don't know much things to get better, but something like that.
Bro, I mean, they've been rolling out the craziness, man. You know what I'm saying? For years. They've been rolling out the craziness. You know what I mean? But again, this falls, all of these rules, all of these things that they doing, the real ID, the digital ID, all falls under, the Patriot Act. It all falls under the Patriot Act. Everything comes from under the Patriot Act. Yeah. They want to say that
the Patriot Act was useless.
Listen, I'm going to do a live too about the flock cameras. Okay. Now I've been seeing them all around Boston. You know what I mean? And on the local news in my city.
What's a flock camera?
The flock camera is a camera that takes your plate number. It also can scan anything and everything inside your vehicle and see
Oh, yeah.
whatever you have in your vehicle. They got them everywhere. You probably never noticed them. They at the end of streets. It's like a black pole with a solar panel on the top, but there's a camera
Oh,
underneath
yeah.
the solar panel. Yeah, that's pointed at your plate, but also can scan your car. And I'm talking about anything that's in your car. So if you carrying that thing, they'll see it on the back seat if you got it in the back seat, or if it's even on you, they can spot it. Now they saying it's it's everything is for security purposes, right? To catch this person and catch that person, but they don't tell you the real truth. It's to just watch now that flock camera. So if you're driving, let's say you're driving from NC to LA, everywhere on that interstate you passing by, not just the regular cameras, right, on that interstate, but they got flock cameras. So they tracking you. They know everywhere that you went,
They're
bro.
watching the gap the whole time.
And they said it stays in their system for 30 days. For 30 days. And now they're telling you now cops can have access to this data and all of this other stuff. It's the same thing with Ring Camera, right? Ring Camera now has merged with state police, local police, and all of that. So if something happens on your street and you got a Ring Camera, they could come to your door without a warrant, without a piece of paper, and say, we need to confiscate your Ring Camera, get the footage of what happened. Yes, and you got to give it up. So this is what I'm saying. So where we living at? What you know, they last time they tell us that they doing this in China or whatever, in other
You got to have
countries.
a search warrant to do that.
Well, they saying now they don't need one. Go look it up, brother. Type
They're
up flock
saying they don't
camera.
need one, but
Yeah,
yeah, and
I'm
me and
just
you,
telling you.
Captain,
I'm just telling you what
logically,
they're
we
saying.
know that you need one.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you what they saying now. You know what I mean? That they don't need a warrant to confiscate your camera footage that's on your property. I'm just telling you, bro. If your camera's
Tell them
facing
about
some
rape
way,
the motherfucker
yeah,
coming me like
bro,
that.
I've been seeing the flock cameras. You know what I'm saying? I've been alerting people that live in my city, like, yo, you know, when you drive down this street, there's gonna be a camera. And sure enough, they go down the street and they see it and they like, oh, yo, take a picture. Yo, this is what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, it will tell them everywhere that you've been that day and prior days before, weeks before. It's telling them all your movement, brother. So it's
Man,
crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
and you see why I clown on the internet only?
Mhm. Brother, it's just like I said, man, it's insane,
You don't
man.
want to be seen. You don't want to be seen on here. Too smart.
You know, hey, listen, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I can only speak for me. I can't control what anybody else do. You know,
Yeah,
but
but we always seem to forget that the internet was first introduced as a military weapon,
yeah.
but no one ever asked why it's a military weapon.
Listen, these people, man. Like I said, if I can,
What up, man?
what's going on, brother? How you?
But it do.
I'm
Salute.
magnanimous, my good friend.
All right. What you wanna
Excuse my drunkenness, sir.
you wanna drop some spill?
I was listening. I'm not disagreeing or anything. I'm just putting out information that is equally as justifiable.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Here's the reality of a lot of what you're saying is, see, you're being assimilated. Okay, I've cracked the code.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what you don't understand, it's not a physical code. And you're looking from a
What do you mean?
materialism
Sorry,
perspective
what
of
do you mean
what's
by
happening.
assimilate?
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They understand. Have you ever heard of neuro-linguistic programming?
Yes.
Neuralistic programming.
Neuro-linguistic programming.
If we get and put a language in someone's.
No. It's how our mind
Mm-hmm.
creates neurons from the use of language. See, you and neurons, understand, you're a neurological being. I understand spirit, and I look at spirit as a concept, right? The same way the word infinity is a concept. Infinity or infinite isn't a number.
Mm-hmm.
It's a concept, it's a definition, right? because language shapes your reality. You see, you don't know what you actually feel. You know what the word that you've been given for an emotion is supposed to feel by its definition.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's true control, right? So you've been removed from just your experience, and you've already been shaped and given a definition of an experience before it's filtered through before you've had the experience through your language. This is their weapon, language.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
Do you think they're telling you this now while they're just figuring out how to do it to you?
Oh no, of course not.
Okay. So that means how long you think they've been doing it then?
Oh, for years.
Then how long do you think it takes to get done?
A few years.
So that means it's done.
Of course. I get
So
it.
what do you think is coming?
No, I'm with you on that. I know you wasn't going against what I was saying.
I'm
Go ahead.
just using it as an example
Yeah,
to
yeah.
show you the logistics of language, how they could play games in front of us, keep us looking and reaching and thinking something's happening while you're already living it. I'll give you a prime example of the conformity of language and how it affects us. Many people, you even may know some people that said this thing and now they turned out that way. Yo, I'll never be like my moms. I'll never be like my pops. I'll never be like my family.
Yeah.
But then they end up being exactly like their family.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because of the language.
And what's confined within the language of I'll never be like someone? The behavior of someone.
Correct. Correct.
Do you see where I'm going?
Yeah.
See, so the real ID, all this, we're going to digitize. You've already been digitized.
Uh-huh.
They already told you don't use direct text messages. Every American citizen data has been stolen. The FBI said this back in April.
Yeah.
Right? We watched them in court talking about every social media company. We saw them all in court. Try to explain how they've been selling your data, how they've been illegally tagging your psychology. They've even come out in Congress and said that this is creating a dopamine loop. We create a digital dopamine, a literal hit of dopamine happens in your brain when you get a response from these things. And they know that. They knew it when they made it. And they say they knew it. And the people who made it say they're not on it, and they don't allow their children to be on it.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, we're still all going to spread a message through the very thing we're telling. I watch videos, people telling people get off social media. Well, how are you going to make a video telling them to get off social media on social media while you try to track if it's getting traction, which means you need people to watch it.
Correct.
You see, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. They are playing with our minds because they know that reality isn't a material thing. Reality is mental processes being experienced by awareness. When I cut your head open and look at your brain, I'm just seeing a physical representation of mental processes, which is known as math.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm seeing, but I don't see what you are, right?
Correct.
So nobody gets to see who you really are. I could look at your face and know all your characteristics and personality. You are they know it's just your language, and I could prove it to you. If you were born in a different family, they raised you totally different. Let's say they had a bunch of money, they tugged you all the time, they told you they love you, they put you in all these programs, they put you in great educational schools and everything. Would you be the same person you are now?
No.
So are you really who you think you are now? Or are you just a series of things based on your language and a story that says this is who you are? This is what the CIA knows. That's why they can never make a movie for Catcher in the Rye. This is why they learned the ways to break you psychologically by tormenting you through trauma, because they knew a mental gap would occur and you're highly suggestible and you're capable of doing anything, but they learned that there's something called neuroplasticity. This is why some people get hit in the head, go into a 2-week coma, wake up, and now he speaks 6 languages and plays the piano. Because information is a field and there is no separation. The separation is an imaginary boundary of information that is cut off, right? Called you. You is the boundary that you created to separate you from the field that there is no separation. You're a small collection of data from the whole. They know this. They know the only thing everything is existing. All things exist. Every probable thought, imaginative act, every land, creation, everything is in existence because it's just a representation of states. And that's the field of energy. What is energy? Another ambiguous goddamn word like infinity. This is why the CIA has flooded the market with all these fake influencers and meditation gurus and so-called all these people that have all this information about conspiracies, and they know things that the government knows, so that they can shape reality. For all we know, it's not even that much out there. You ever heard of the dead internet theory? It's not even that many people on the internet.
Yeah.
But it don't stop us from interacting on it, because we're psychological beings. And once you've been conditioned, because the mind craves familiarity, generalness, and it doesn't matter how bad it is. That's why so many of us is living suffering right now, because it's comfortable, it's familiar. And then they crafted this language around you. Listen to it. Money don't grow on trees.
Yeah. The neuro-linguistics that you was talking about, Aqua Baby said they train people to understand this in the military, she said.
How do you think high level Navy SEALs and them actually get through that training? Remember, it's only a small percentage that even makes it.
Yeah.
You understand that they learn rapid induction?
Say that one more time.
They learn rapid induction. Self-hypnotic rapid induction. I could teach you how to do it. Right? You could go to sleep in 20 seconds and be in a deep delta sleep, and then bring yourself out of it in 30 minutes. See, that's what they learned with the gateway. See, when you hear things like the MK Ultra and the CIA was experimenting with consciousness, that was through Robert Monroe and the Monroe Institute. See, but then the CIA put it out there in the 60s. That's why you had all that psychedelic, all that. What do you think they was doing? You think regular people came up with lysergic acid?
Oh no.
That was the chemist.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
You know how long the CIA poached people from high school and college? You see where I'm going? You wonder where $37 trillion went to? Right? The internet didn't start with the military. The internet started with CERN. Right? You have to understand these theories. They didn't just come across these theories. They buried these theories before. They buried them before 1912. The ether was still a part of the periodical table. Right? Go back and look at the patents at the 1800s for flying cars and wireless communication. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? But they knew that they needed to create a particular worker class until they could get certain things online. And they structured our educational system so we can never think. Compulsory education's main objective wasn't to teach you math and shapes and colors. It was to dull and practically remove your imagination, because your imagination is what makes your reality what it is. It's what's guiding your perception. It's your imaginative acts, your imagination, your creativeness, the things you think about. That's what the whole world is made of, the imagination of man. So if you want to control the world, what do you have to really control? The money? No, that's in the language. No, you have to control the population's imagination. And you can only do that through the language, and through the language of suggestibility. And now you have the magic of TV. Because there's one thing you have to do to watch any television program that isn't just basic education, and that is suspend your disbelief. And they knew that. You cannot watch a movie without telling yourself you know it's a movie and it isn't real, but you're going to enjoy it and pretend and go along with it. Now, guess what? Your subconscious gets it. It doesn't know it's not real. So it's reacting as if it's real. But because you know it's not real, you get to experience the sensations of dying and being felt like someone's going to be killed, and watching people get raped on screen and all these other horrible atrocities, and feel like, oh man, that was just a film. That was just that was fun. But neurologically, you've just hit yourself with a bunch of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And now people are like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Everybody's so this and that. That's because you've been taught about yourself in reverse. And while you running out here thinking the gym and a better diet and eating some herbs and things from the ground is going to somehow magically make your mental processes not respond the way they are, you're extremely wrong. And that's why we have every year a new diet, a new route, a new something that does what they said the last thing's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So what I was saying to you is that I respect and agree with you saying. Everything you're saying is the truth. I say fight. I ended up with the Real ID a couple years back when they first initiated it. So I sort of ended up with it because I'm here in Nevada. And, you know, this is one of them test places. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
I got this.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish. I'll finish. I'll say what I got to say. No, go ahead. Finish saying what you got to say.
Oh, I got sort of set up to get it. And at the time, it didn't have the relevancy that it had. But it didn't matter to me. So I just got it because, you know, in my mind, it's like this. This system works because you say it works.
Yeah.
All systems work because we say they work.
Mm-hmm.
Our reality is completely subjective. There are no objective morals.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy though, because Peach was telling me where she's at. She been had it like 12 years in advance. She told me this today, and I was like, "Damn, you had the Real ID 12 years in advance?" She's like, "Yeah, I didn't even know." You know what I mean? That certain states already implemented that. Like, yeah, like how you said, basically they had no choice. She said she didn't want to get it, but they told her basically all the people in her state that y'all have no choice. Y'all have to get the Real ID. And I find that crazy.
And that was before all of the information even really came out about it at the same time.
Correct.
So it was sort of like, okay, we know it's something hinky, but you ain't really got a choice and you need a driver's license, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you do it. And then now what? They want a civil war.
Mm-hmm.
They want to tell us half truths about everything they doing.
Correct. That's what I was saying to old head earlier. It's like I'm telling him something that's supposed to be, oh yeah, I'm telling you a story. This is facts, but I keep out all the facts. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, to me, it's just the fear mongering. Again, I wasn't worried about getting on a plane with all the stuff that's been happening. Cause if that's the way I'm supposed to go, I got no control of that. But that's what kept me up that night before I had to get on that flight. Is like, damn, am I gonna have issues? But like I said, I flew on Frontier. I spoke to a representative. They told me, oh, you don't have a passport? Well, just bring this and that in this document. They told me birth certificate, social security card, and a piece of mail. And I'm like, a piece of mail? Like, the hell is that? That holds no weight. People use other people's addresses all day long and live in
I'm
some.
saying when you escape the matrix, that doesn't even apply to you,
Yeah, you know.
right? Like for me, like I've had situations where I've walked into things like the Level Up tournament, biggest tournament for gaming or whatever, right?
Mhm.
It's the last day. Tickets is crazy expensive. My son is.
Mhm.
I got the camera. I literally just walked through the front door like I belonged there. The security guard that should have been checking me gave me a card and get his little producer number on it because he wanted me to shoot a music video for him.
Mhm.
You see, and then I just walked in, no bags, no nothing, and just walked. Right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. This is how this look. You look at what's this guy from the Wolf on Wall Street. Let me tell you something about psychology. People adhere to authority because they've been raised by it.
Yeah.
Right? And they have subtle subconscious clues and indications that tell them that they're in front of authority. And what is one of those things? Confidence. This is why this is why the internet is inundated with so many lies and things that sound that are ridiculous, because you have people saying it with what? 100% confidence.
Correct. That's why I came on here and did this live. Cause like I said, I'm like, yo, am I really? I mean, this lady tells me over the phone, I'm good. And like I told you, well, you wasn't here in the chat, but early on in the live, I was like, the man was like, yo, you have your passport? I said, no, I don't. He said, and he had asked me a second time. He said, you got your passport, right? I said, no, sir, I never told you I had my passport. I got my birth. And he never even asked me to show it to him. This is what's crazy. I brought these things with me and he didn't even look at it. He said, step to the left, open the gate. He let me in and he used the palm reader thing on my hand. You know what I mean? And then put me into the system. And then I was good. And then
It's
another
called the
thing I want to
fog
say.
and warm water, man.
Yeah, the only thing too I want to say to anybody that wear Timbs, if you flying and you got Timbs on, when you step into the body scanning thing, you know that goes, it's the little thing that goes around. You got to put your arms up like this and stand on like these two they got footprints on the ground. You got to stand on those footprints and put your arm up like that. So I had my Timbs on and he was like, "Oh, you got something in your boot. So you're going to have to take it off." That's it. Other than that, I was Gucci. You know what I mean? I didn't carry no luggages and all this other shit with me. I just had like a carry-on. But the point is, it's just like I'm thinking the whole night I couldn't really sleep because I'm like, yo, I hope I get on this plane because of the, like I said, the fear mongering. Oh, you got to get it. If you don't get it, then you're not, you know what I mean? And it's just like, huh? What? So I got to drive or get on a Greyhound or take a train to just avoid this situation. So I was like, yo, I got to do a live. Like I said, my storage was full, so I couldn't load up the videos for y'all to see. But that's why I played it off of my phone because again, I'm thinking I wasn't going to be able to, fly out. But that's why I was like, yo, let me do this live and let people know, like, because I know I'm pretty sure because I got family and friends that said, oh man, I don't have a passport and I don't have the real ID, so I can't fly. And I'm like, bro, I don't think it's like that. But again, like you said, they listening to people that are confident of what they saying and it gets into their subconscious. They like, oh well, I was watching so and so on YouTube or Instagram saying if I don't have it, I can't do it. Or they might be watching mainstream news. I really don't know.
No,
Me.
mainstream news is not telling you that. See, what happens is all these other people out here, what they doing is called desensitization. They are desensitizing people to stuff by over sensationalizing it, while the way they're actually implemented goes unnoticed because we're looking for something that isn't happening.
Yeah.
But then by the time you look up, all these things are in play and people just living their life. Here's a prime example. Look at what happened with the whole shut us all down, right? Look at what happened, right?
Yeah.
Was it like the movie Containment?
Yeah.
No. Was people running around in the street and doors locked up and windows and neighbors shooting at each other and somebody cannibalizing and the grocery stores is empty and there's no food and the government then went to a bunker and
well, they got to dramatize it. You know what I mean? But
why? So you don't see what's actually happening.
Correct.
So you're busy looking for what? That.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what they doing now while we looking. Now, if like with the AI, okay? I mean, for first, everybody was like, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you ever see Will Smith eating spaghetti? That was one video, and somehow that was the whole representation of what AI could do at that time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's growing exponentially every hour upon every hour.
Correct. Correct.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So it gets better, and people still, while it was getting better, starting to take jobs, what was people saying? It's a joke. They showing you how stupid it is. You got 1,000 videos, meme and AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's great. And everybody's saying how wonderful it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, Aqua Baby, I think the star means too that you don't need your passport. It's more to the star being on the real ID too. She just said I changed my license and it has the star was on there. Because they saying with that star, there's a meaning behind it. That's why I wish the videos I was able to upload before doing this live, because there's one of the videos where the guy explains what the star is. I just remember that part about it. The gold star being on there is to give you access and to put you into the new system with the straw man and all that. Because they say in the old world,
You already in that system,
yeah,
though. That's what I'm
yeah,
trying. They try to make you
yeah.
aware of it and oversell it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you, by the time you walk in really in it and realize it, you like, oh, that's not what they said, and you done got habits and behaviors already within it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
psychological. They already got the trap laid. What anyone want to do who want to rebel is learn how to use their own mind properly first. Like get some grip on how you are perceiving reality. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you learn that and master that and could be able to start bending your own reality around you, then guess what you can do with other people?
Mm-hmm.
You can actually bend their reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at this point, they've made everything into a joke. It's always it's an easy system, right? Easy system. They make the president an idiot, right? You like he's dumb. Trump's a fool. But yet this man is in charge of the world.
Mm-hmm. Correct. What's that say?
What? Why is that funny?
No, I'm just saying.
John
Like,
Stewart made it a joke. I'm not saying you in particular, but why would any of us, why would anyone think that this is not something you should take more seriously?
correct.
Right? Easing the pressure, easing the tension, just guiding the way everybody responds and acts to the point where it's like I said to you last time, ain't no more Thanksgivings. There's no more Christmas. That don't exist. There's only Black Friday. People waiting to get the deal. And guess what? The deals ain't there.
Mm-hmm.
They not there. And nobody care because they've been getting what they want all year long.
I have a question for you, right? I was seeing that I think somebody was saying on the calendar for 2030 or one of those years, there's no holidays on the calendar. I don't know if you heard anything about that or seen anything on that. I just wanted to get your opinion on that.
There ain't gonna be no more holidays. You got 2, maybe 3 more years of holidays, what is a semblance of a holiday, but it will not be. Right? Because the next all of this stuff and attention is leading up to a reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's a lot of psychic tension building. Right? We already know that consciousness is like a field. And they learned and discovered that through random number generation.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And they've been building us all up for something. And everybody looking for something. Just like everybody was looking for something last time, right? Before that whole big thing, remember, before that lockdown happened, they was telling us there's a super bug X, the unknown factor. Will it be the thing that shuts down the world? Yeah. Who knows? Stay tuned and find out. We're speaking with special virologist so-and-so from Stanford University who says it's definitely out there.
Oh, So hold on, Aqua Baby, you had it for 10 years and you didn't know? Yo, this is crazy. How long you had yours for, Talib?
Like 3.5, maybe 4.
3.5? Okay, Peach told me they had it in her state where she's at, in Delaware for like 12 years.
I'm
That's
telling you, they
crazy.
rolled this out years. Remember I was
I didn't
saying
even know nothing. I didn't know nothing about this. Go
ask
ahead.
yourself, think about this. How
Mhm,
could 90% of the population have it if it
mhm,
just started even in the last 2 years?
mhm,
See, this is why they have something called critical think tanks. They don't think like me and you, right? A individual smart thinker, he goes, I'm going to plan my life out for the next 15 to 20 years,
mhm.
right? And I'm going to create scenarios and what if this goes wrong and what if this and what if that and create an actual tangible map that I think I can follow.
Yeah,
Nobody, who does that? Millionaires. The other people that do it is the government.
yeah.
When they want to roll something out, that's because how long they've been. The Patriot Act was signed in what, in 2001?
I believe so. Yeah,
When was it written?
um, well, when they presented to us, I would say it was that year because it happened after the
It
what you
was
call
presented in the 1970s. Congress held it on it and they refused to sign it.
it. Mhm.
You heard what I said?
Yeah,
The 1970s.
yeah.
It wasn't written in. It's the last time it was presented before 9/11.
Yeah. I
They
mean
didn't
that.
just come up with that.
No, of course not. Because a lot of these things, like you said, they don't sign off on it or they don't agree to it, and then they bring it back, and they just keep bringing it back until finally, you know what I mean? But they needed to do what they did in order for them to be like, oh yeah, we need to sign this because they gotta,
Because there's a
yeah,
process to socially engineering the populations through subversive idealization.
hmm
And that's what they've done. And
yeah,
it took them, and now, and remember, it only takes one generation to change the social ideals of a society.
yeah. It's crazy.
20 years. 20 years. And they started this 40 years ago. Right? So it's all just catching up to us.
hmm
Right? And we're just waking up. It's certain of us, because the time span we were born in, like you, me, Peach, like we was in that wave in the middle when the signal was being put down and a new signal was being put up.
hmm
So some of us remember what the world used to be like psychologically before simulacra took full effect. See how they switched and matrixed the world around us, and Mandela effect was taking symbolism and redefining it.
Yeah.
Right? When I was a kid and you said and showed me a picture of a goat's head, the first thing that came to mind was the devil. Today, if you show a kid the picture of the goat head, the first thing that comes to mind is the greatest of all times.
hmm
Notice how ambiguous that is. And notice how it has nothing to do with the image of a goat.
hmm
We're disconnected from reality because nothing means what it says anymore. Right? When you used to look at a picture, you would get a feeling because that picture was an encapsulated moment in time of something you actually experienced that was wonderful. But now you don't get that because pictures are curated, frozen frames in time to draw likes.
hmm
It's not an authentic experience. There's nothing in it. So now you have a bunch of people in the matrix being recoded
hmm
by all existing data around them by giving it new meaning with language.
Yeah. Yo, there's something that you said too earlier that I want to definitely do a show on, and you already know you can definitely partake in, is that Mandela effect. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like people remembering something happening, and they trying to say, nah, that's just in your mind. That didn't actually happen. It started with Mandela passing away. People like I think 60 and up remember his funeral being televised on television, like either the late 80s, early 90s. And they trying to say, yeah, then there was the Sinbad movie where he plays a genie that I remember, and Sinbad himself, I'm pretty sure, got a bag for it to be like, no, it wasn't him. They mixing up his Shaq's movie and saying it. It's just crazy stuff with the Berenstein Bears. They saying not the Monopoly guy having the little, one eye glass thing. They're trying to say all of that. Yeah, yeah. That's crazy to me because listen, you already know, like you said,
I mean, what's the biggest one, in my personal opinion, that I think our people could relate to most of all, is a Mandela effect, because those is like small examples. Really, people can't argue that maybe he didn't make that movie, right? You know what I'm saying? But here's the biggest one. Ed McMahon was never a part of Publishing Clearinghouse.
Yeah, he wasn't. That's right. I remember
What do you
that when
mean?
I
Yeah,
seen
he
that one on a
wasn't.
video.
Like,
Yeah,
I remember growing up as a kid, okay? You couldn't get away from Publishing Clearinghouse,
right.
especially if you watch TV on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Don't do that, because they just air that like the whole time.
Correct.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then you get the mail. It was in every newspaper.
Yeah.
Ed McMahon. Hey, the commercial with him standing, oh, I love you, Ed. Oh. Yeah, go ahead. Show him. Look, he pop up at their house. He got the balloons.
Yeah.
Nah, he never was a part of that. And you'll be hard pressed to find anything unless you tangibly have some piece of evidence.
I thought you was gonna actually bring up the Star Wars line.
That to me is like so trivial compared to something like, you're gonna tell me I grew up watching this man give money away, and you're gonna tell me he never did that.
Yeah.
So we never saw those commercials. We never threw that junk mail away. We never signed up for it and got that
Hold
fake thing.
on, Talib. You moving fast. You ain't never filled it out ever to try to win some money.
Of course I filled it out. That was the next thing I was saying.
Okay, I got you. Because you said you threw it away. So that's why I was like, hold up.
I'm just giving examples. You either threw it away.
Yeah, got you.
Especially if you done filled it out a few times.
Yeah, got you. I got you. Okay. Yeah.
Right. And they send you that junk piece of mail pretending like you actually in the running.
Correct. Matter of fact, didn't they air the commercial when he had the show where the stars, remember? Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars?
What was it? That's what it was called. Remember the two people would go against each other and they would get, you got 4 or 5 stars. You went on to the next. Yeah. They would run the commercials on that show. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So yeah, but again, I know people that are Star Wars, whatever you want to call them, fanatics.
I'm a true Star Wars fan. I've read the novels and everything.
I was never big on Star Wars. I don't know why. I was more on a Star Trek. But I remember that line where Darth Vader is saying, Luke, I am your father. And now they're trying to say he never says I am. He says, I'm your father. I am sounds more legit than I'm your father. You know what I mean?
Right. But see, here's my thing about that, right? Because I know this, right? What George Lucas did, and this is why I say, okay, it's credible, but it's not as big as the published house to me.
Yeah, correct.
And I'm a real Star Wars fan, and this is why I'm gonna give you some Star Wars knowledge you probably didn't know. Okay, Star Wars is considered to be a part of American history. It is in the film and sciences museum with all the other great films and Oscars and things of that nature. Okay. When these films get categorized and put in there, there's like a master copy they put in there, and you know it's allowed to touch it.
Right. I know where you're going with it. Yep. I heard this too before. Yeah.
George Lucas went in there and he put that remake he did because whether we like it or not, that was his actual vision for the thing. It took him many years to get it all done, but finally he got it and they let him do it, and he didn't have to do it all on his dollar. And so he did it. Right. I have worked on over about 24 films, major movies. I can tell you this. They did that scene many times. He said many different versions of that line.
Correct. I hear they do that with a lot of movies. There's different,
All movies.
there's different cuts that they'll have, and that one cut will make the final, cut for the movie itself, but they'll have others, in the back. But go ahead.
And for all I know, that's a cut of that, you know what I'm saying, where they tried that and somehow somebody got their hand on it, wanted to go viral, got in the middle of this. I know it's bunch of special effect. I won't put their names out there. I ain't gonna say it, I ain't gonna blow their spot up. Okay. But I know tons of people that create these crazy Bigfoot videos, these YouTube UFO videos, all of that. They use us as viral testing on special effects. So, for all I know, somebody wanted to get in on a Mandela effect because it was an earlier Mandela effect, but it wasn't in the first wave of Mandela effects. Right? And some of these things I think have been added in because you can go find versions of that film where he still says the correct line. Right? But it's more sensational to stick and harp on the other one. So everybody just talks about that. But when you go into it, like there is copies of it out there that he says the other line. And so I'm not 100% sure on that. Some of the other things where companies are outright denying things like the cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom, you know what I mean? Like, no, never had a cornucopia. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm glad I forgot about that. I forgot of Fruit of the Looms. Yep. And what's the other one? I said Bearston being. It's a whole bunch of them that's out there. But
Oscar Myers.
Yeah, Oscar. There you go. Yeah, there was a
lot
of. Yeah.
Fruit Loops, Looney Tunes.
Correct. Fruit Loops. I forgot about that too. Yep. Correct.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, I think some of these come from simulacra, right? Because so many things have been adjusted around us. So many things have been misrepresented to us and taken from its original root. And some of us still, like with any program, right? You're never going to have 100% of the population. You see what I'm saying? So some of this stuff we just may be actually immune to because the way our neural housing works, right? Because everybody got little differences in their neurological setup.
Yeah.
Every brain is like a fingerprint. You see what I'm saying? So maybe some of us just, it's like we resonate in a particular way that's just not sticking. And I think it is more of us than they like to give credit about, right? And I think that we do need to come together in some sort of way. But I think at the same time, us coming together, we all have to be very, very aware that we all been marked.
Yeah.
Like they have to know who you are. You can't be sitting here saying, I can't be saying all of this and you saying all of this and we not marked. I know I'm on the government watch list because I went and looked this up.
Yeah.
I'm like triple red flag. Nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't have no associates that do any of that and that would even put me on that. It's been what I say.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So there's going to come a time where I think like people like us are going to, that's the people I think we need to be warning is each other.
Yeah.
All these people before, they was like, I ain't going to do it, man. I ain't taking that shot, man. I ain't doing this. Yeah. Almost everybody I knew in the industry. And you know what they did? They all took it, man. They took it. They all got it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody that didn't get it, you know what they got? Blacklisted. I had mad companies. Oh, totally, we love your work. Oh, unfortunately, man, you didn't get the shot. So, hopefully when that's over, we'll be able to bring you back. Oh, okay. Well, it's been over now. Yeah, but you're still on that list. Because everybody's gonna, if no American is gonna not have some form of these injections at some point, or you're not gonna be able to eat. That's what they're gonna want you to believe, right? But you know what happens in situations like this where they want to flip the world upside down? You can get rich. You can change your whole life and the life of everyone connected to you and connected to them. Because when there's no system at play, then imagination gets to be the creator and dictator of what has value. And that's why we can do this. Our energy, our words, our advice, our help, right? That's value now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's time, and you can make money off of it. They just don't want poor people to have money. So they teach us that money is evil, it's terrible, it's the devil. Money is the devil. You can't no good come from money. Meanwhile, everything you've ever experienced in this life that's in the world of man that's good and you enjoy was connected to money.
Yeah.
Right? All the children's centers and all these other places that actually help people, they were donated to, and they have lots of money. And that's what they do with the money. So when you have lots of money, guess what you can do? You can do lots of good. But how much good can you do as a poor person?
Yeah. Right.
So if you stay good and poor, you'll be a useful person that's unuseful.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's a lot, man. It's a lot going on, man. I just know that much. It's a lot going on. Like I said, Matrix or not, whatever, I'm still trying to maneuver the way I maneuver, you know, and do things the way I want to do it. You know, I'm not just gonna lay down and comply and obey and, just give in, to a system that is wicked and whatever else, So I'm gonna always take a stand. I can't speak for nobody else. You know what I mean? The people I rock with, we all, do what we do. Like you said, I'm gonna still keep doing what I do. I'm pretty sure they listen to me. I'm always looking out the window, anyways. I stay vigilant, anyways. I'm not saying that makes me immortal. I'm just saying, I pay attention. They listening, anyways. So I'm probably on that list too, brother. So
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Their operation is psychological, so it requires awareness, which means you have to be dedicated and focused on what they say is real. If you just lay into what you think is real, then you have no choice but to see evidence of that. Ask any crazy person. How many crazy people go, damn, you're right. This crazy stuff I'm seeing in front of me isn't real. Don't matter what you're saying, they still seeing what they seeing. Like you and me. You know what I'm saying? They just want to hijack that and tell us what the world is.
Yeah, correct.
And their version of the world, they the number one. They the good guy. They the villain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They the God, the devil.
Everything. But yeah, brother, man, I appreciate you for coming up here. Yeah, I didn't even know it was that long. It feel like I was only on for a short time,
Oh,
But
I appreciate you. My bad. I'll step down, man. I always appreciate you, brother.
Nah, it's all good, man. Listen, man, it's always good, man, to hear other people's perspectives, man. So, you ain't gotta apologize. Like I said, I appreciate you for coming up here, dropping the jewels and stuff like that. Like I said, I said what I said, you said what you said, and added to the show. So I appreciate that. I just didn't expect to be on here, longer than that and stuff like that. But you don't gotta apologize, brother. Like I said, it's always a good build, you know what I mean? And I appreciate everything that you say. It just gives me a different perspective and outlook on certain things, and I don't understand or overstand people that only have a one track mind. I mean, it is what it is, but me, I'd rather be thinking outside the box and be overthinking things than to not be thinking at all. You know what I'm saying? Or thinking just one way and thinking that way that I think is the only way. Like there's no other way. We kind of talked about it on the live that we had weeks ago or a month ago or whatever, you know what I mean, with me, you and Peach up here. And like I said, brother, it's always a good build. You know, next Wednesday we will be live again. I just wanted to do this and let people know that might not have, you know what I'm saying, the real ID and think that they can't travel. So I just wanted to give, my experience on it. Like I said, I'm out of the state right now. You know what I mean? I'm not, because I don't have no mic set up. I don't have no green screen and all of that. My peoples do. So I've been enjoying this little holiday vacation, or I'll just say vacation, you know, and things like that. Like you always say to me, man, peace and prosperity to you, and your family. I hope you enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you celebrate the holiday. I kind of know how you think, so I know you're just gonna enjoy tomorrow. I know that much. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, I'm just gonna be thankful that I get to see it.
Yeah, say
You know,
likewise, man. We wake up to a new day. We all should be thankful. And my homegirl Aqua Baby, she did a good video on IG speaking on people waking up and just being mad. And it's just like, yo, you woke up to a new day. You should just be happy, no matter what you got going on. And I try to implement that in my life too for the last few years, man. Don't matter what's going on. It's just like, yo, come up with a plan and try to make something better. You know what I mean? But
well,
to
let
sit,
me leave you with a little tool, just a little advice you could use as a tool to get your day started on that. First
hmm
of all, the reason you wake up angry is every
hmm
day you have about 80,000 thoughts,
hmm
right? And
hmm
every day you wake up on a new day, you
hmm
take 90% of yesterday thoughts with you over to the next day,
hmm hmm
right?
hmm
So, how you change that is if it takes 17 seconds to create the momentum of a new thought. So when you first wake up and as soon as you open your eyes for 17 seconds, treat it like a challenge. Just be grateful for all those little, just start with the small things. Oh my goodness, I opened my eyes. I'm so grateful to be awake. I'm so grateful to be alive. It's a great day. I can breathe. I'm grateful for that. Why? And just 17 seconds. And then you can stop, watch your mind, and it'll fill in the blanks.
That's what's up. I do my little affirmations anyway every morning. You know what I mean? I say what I need to say to myself, and whatever works for people, you know what I mean? But like you said, as long as I wake up, I'm happy. I'm thankful. I look in the mirror and be like, yo, whatever's going on, I'll figure that out. But let me just be thankful. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people, man, that's just walking around. They mad. I don't know if it's the low vibrational foods they eating. I don't know what type of personal issues they got going on. Just people are mad. You know what I mean? Just mad. And I'm in a whole nother city and I'm noticing it. You know what I mean? So,
You
it's
could clear your palate.
hmm
You can only notice that which you're aware of.
hmm
And remember, the mind generalizes. So when we see people a certain way, we start to experience everybody that way. But if you tell yourself when you go out and meet the people and you put in your mind that you're going to meet happy people and everybody you're going to run into is going to be in the greatest place in their life.
hmm
And you just walk out and you resonate at that,
hmm
right? You watch, you try it, and you'll see what you won't even notice the other people. It's
hmm
called your RAS, reticular activating system. You can only see that which you give awareness to,
hmm
because everybody's out there.
Yeah.
It's 8 billion people on the planet by the account, right?
hmm
How many people do you actually get to see?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I love
And
you, man. You the best brother. I swear, since the days of Spooky,
yeah.
man, thank you for allowing me to even share my thoughts, and you could have kicked me at any point, and I thank you,
Likewise,
and
brother. I appreciate you, man. I think you was on there before Spooky, though, man. I think you was on there before Spooky. I'm not too sure, but I believe you might have been on there before Spooky. Cause I want to say, I think,
Travis Scott.
no, I think wasn't you on there with Emrek and Amina when they was doing their builds?
No,
You
I
wasn't
never
on
was
there
even
until I
around. I
got
ain't come around till after when he
so
did
after
that. The first one I ever came on was the Travis Scott joint when he was doing that.
for real? Okay,
Mhm.
okay. No, I believe you. I just thought you might have been on there a little bit before, you know, spooky and stuff. But either which way, you already know, brother, man. You know what I mean? So I like, you know, meeting you know, good people. Um, you know, there's been a lot of great people off of YouTube. I know some people have some bad experiences. I can't say that per se myself. You know what I'm saying? But if you vibrate a certain way, those are the people that you're gonna attract. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And I don't believe in coincidence. You know what I'm saying? So you already know, man. We rocking. It's forever. You know what I'm saying? Love you too, brother. You stay safe wherever you
So
at. You know, I
happy
think you said you
Thanksgiving to you and your family, man. Y'all have
likewise.
a good one.
Appreciate
Eat well,
yeah,
eat good,
definitely. Definitely. You as well, brother. You
enjoy the
know?
game.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Football, you know, gotta watch my football. Patriots ain't playing, but it's still a good watch on Thursdays. You know what I'm saying? On Turkey Day. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
likewise. Appreciate you, man. Peace and salute to you, man. You know, stay blessed up, man.
I will. See, later, Peach. Appreciate you.
You heard that, Peach? Yeah, she's in the background.
Yes. Later to live. Have a happy holiday to everyone.
Yeah. You got any final words you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, I thought everything was interesting. But you know what?
Uh-huh.
I think he said about the government watching. Remember, I told you at one point someone ran up to me. I
Mm-hmm.
was out in my yard. It was a young boy ran up to me and told me I never seen this guy in my
Oh
neighborhood.
yeah.
I
That
was being
was
watched.
well, you always got spooky stories anyway, so whenever you tell me a story, I just look at it as just being spooky. But yeah, that now that you say that, I remember you telling me that. That
Yeah.
is crazy. I haven't had those encounters yet. And you know, me, I stay vigilant and move militant anyways. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I might have to do something, you know. But either which way, I ain't gonna say too much. But it is what it is. And what else? That's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is I'm about to get off of here and drink this Henny punch.
Oh man.
That's my final thought.
Any punch. Well, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everyone who stopped by and dropped in on the live, even if you didn't stay. Again, please hit us with a like and a share and drop the comments in the comment section. Let us know, you know what I mean? Let me know what you feel about the real ID. Let us know any other topics that y'all want us to cover, you know, on you know, our lives on Wednesday. We do have a show together. She's been you know, on vacation, I guess, so for lack of a better word. So that's why we didn't have our show together. But I brought y'all something together today. So we just gonna be rocking out, man. And you know, y'all stay tuned. Like I said, you know, I appreciate every single person that stopped by. You know, happy Thanksgiving, Turkey Day to anybody and everybody that celebrates that. If you don't, you just don't. If you just around your loved ones on that day, I like to call it family gathering day. You know, just another day, you know, for us to gather. You know what I'm saying? Together and eat a good meal or whatever. You know, we don't, you know, we don't really care about the turkey stuff. We do the Haitian food. Y'all already know I'm Haitian. But on that note, peace. I'm out. See y'all next Wednesday, 8 o'clock, same bat channel, same bat time. Y'all already know I'm Maybach Mel 1804, and I'm gone. Peace. We out, y'all.